Boy, your hair is really thinning, Greg. You're losing it. You're going bald. Yeah, I know. Thanks for those comments. It's not really designed to make a person feel good, but thank you anyway for those. I know that I am, and I appreciate your comments. Normally, this kind of stuff, doesn't get to me, but I do make my living as a professional actor, so I figured that, I've got to look good on camera, I've got to look good in commercials and TV and whatever else I'm working on, so I have decided, are you ready for this? Here it comes. I'm getting a hair transplant. That's the reason why I'm actually shaving this week. I'm going to shave my head, because it's easier on the doctor if I shave it. But my buddy Naltz, Kevin Nolte, here on YouTube, got a hair transplant maybe a month or two ago with this doctor in Boca Raton, Florida, named Dr. Alan Bauman. He's one of the most well-respected hair transplant surgeons. And I figure, well, he did a great job with Nolte, and he checks out, and he's a good guy, and so I decided to arrange a procedure with him myself. Now, first, I'm proud to come right out and say that I've actually had a hair transplant already. I had one about 10 years ago, and no one knows that I had one, of course, because it looks very natural, what I've got. It's not at all like, people think of the old hair plugs from the 1970s. They don't do that anymore. They haven't done that in years. Now, doctors, surgeons, they take individual hair follicles out of the back where you have all this extra hair, and then they just put it kind of up on the crown and the front, and put it in very naturally so no one notices. But they're all individual follicles that they move around. And there's something about the follicles from the back and sides of your head that just last in your head, while the standard male pattern baldness, you lose it on the top. So male pattern baldness, by the way, very common. So any of you kids leaving the messages going, hey, you're going bald, well, guess what? You're going to go bald too. So hope you enjoy it. It's, it looks good on some people, doesn't look good on some other people. So most of the hair that you see up on the top of my head is actually the transplanted hair from 10 years ago. If I hadn't had that procedure all those years ago, then I'd probably be much more shiny up there. I definitely would be, because I know especially in the front, this is only transplanted hair. It's not fake hair. It's my real hair. It's just from back here, and it was moved up here. But the thing is, male pattern baldness, it's degenerative. Degenerative? Is that the word? And so it just keeps going. And so I think that now that I've continued to lose some hair up here, it's probably time for me to go ahead and have another procedure and fill it in. So now I'm going public with this procedure. A lot of public figures, actors, and all kinds of people who on camera, they've had this thing done. They've had hair transplants. They just don't talk about them because I think a lot of people, there's a stigma or they're ashamed of it or whatever. But what I thought was really cool was when Naltz came out and said he was doing it. I mean, I've done it already. I haven't ever really talked about it, but I mean, there's really no reason to be ashamed of a hair transplant. It's just, people get work on themselves done all the time. Facelifts and nose jobs and liposuction and all sorts of stuff. A hair transplant is nothing different. And women do stuff to their hair all the time, and so there's really no reason, I figure, not to talk about it. And believe me, so many of the actors that you've seen, they've had hair transplants. They just don't talk about it. But if you go and watch, actors in their early roles, and then as they get older, and then they see all of a sudden their hair looks different. What happened? That's what happened. Anyhow, since I'm shaving my head, I'm going to be taking probably the last 2 months of the year off while my hair grows back from the procedure. I'll be taking that off from being on camera, at least in the professional stuff. I'll still do YouTube videos. But I won't be going out auditioning for commercials and stuff, most likely, because I'll just be working mostly behind the camera, which is cool. I got some directing work coming up, which is timed perfectly for some stuff I'm doing in November and December. And luckily, I just shot another commercial. I did one last week for Walgreens, so keep your eye out for a Christmas spot in which I'm a dad playing in the snow with a snowman. It's a funny commercial, so look for that. If you're interested in learning more about hair transplantation, or if you just want to chat live with me, I'm actually going to be this Sunday, tomorrow, November 1st, on the phone-in radio show, The Bald Truth, and I put the link in the description so you can check that out. That's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern. 8 p.m. Eastern. And Dr. Bauman is going to join me, and so will Kevin Nolte, Naltz. So the link is in the sidebar, so come on and join us and chat and call in with your comments and whatever. Oh, and here's the cool thing. Then, just like Nolte did, you can actually tune in live to my hair transplant procedure, because I'm just going to be sitting there with a numbed head while they just do all this work on me. Dr. Bauman set up these live cameras, and so there'll be chat and all sorts of stuff going on, and I'm just going to be there, and so for at least a couple hours, you'll be able to log in if you want, and if you just want to chat, or if you have any questions for me or for the doctor. Kim's going to be there. She's going to be filming me also with all kinds of stuff. So that's going to be on Wednesday. That's going to be Wednesday, November 4th. And I'm not sure what time yet or where exactly the link will be, but I'll put it up on my Twitter account. So if you're not following me, feel free to. That's Mediocre Films on Twitter. And I'll put the link in the sidebar as well. Wherever it is. I don't know. I always get confused. It's either over there or over there. I don't know. Happy Halloween, everybody. Hope you have a good time tonight. Go out, be safe, have fun, eat way too much candy, and then don't feel so good afterwards. But then tomorrow you'll feel just fine. And then maybe you'll get on the treadmill or something, and then that'll be a good thing. Happy Halloween. Catch you later.